Hello guys, this is Koloskov, photographer who help other photographers to achieve their goals. And this is my what used to be weekly critic and review session for submissions on 40G forum. I fell a little bit behind and I think the last time it was 3 weeks ago. So sorry guys, but now I'm back on track and I'm going to review all the great shots you did in a moment. I just thrilled how many cool photographers we have on 40G and what you guys do on forum, how you share your findings, solutions, how you help each other. It's just I can't tell you how great it is, because we build so strong community and it's just because of you. So my heartfelt thank you for you guys. And before I start my critic, let me do this little announcement. First of all, please welcome our new contributors on 40G. Let me share. Since last time we got great stuff from Paul Whittingham, right? Paul did this very cool shot and has full explanation of everything posted on 40G. His first behind the scene tutorial, first article, and now he's in our author on contributors list, or how we call it. He's now part of the team. So welcome Paul, and congratulations. I love what you did, and we got so great responses from people. I mean, I got many emails saying that it was great. So, and one more contributor, amazing guy, very smart, Tim Cole. You see this shot? I think it's posted all the way to the bottom. Space bump. Tim did really creative job, and well, really creative shot, very detailed, very well written behind the scene article with post-production, with all this stuff. It's just I just love it. So welcome aboard, team. Glad to see that you guys doing such amazing stuff, and yeah, waiting for new tutorials from you. And also I want to introduce another contributor. You see, it's 3 weeks. A lot of time I've been not talking to you guys. And Nenad, he got pretty interesting and useful, really useful technique on how to create white background images, final images after post-production, preserving the real shadows. It's kind of tricky when you have shadows and background is not white because of this. It's kind of blowing out completely background. And there are two ways you can create, clip out subjects and put artificial shadows. But the best way and best looking way is to do it with real shadows. And Nenad explains how to do it. So very good tutorial. Make sure to check it out. And Nenad, welcome to our team. Glad to see you on 40G contributor list. Okay. And the last announcement, we got a new contributor, our newsmaker, Maxim Duplay, if I pronounce it right. Maxim is doing great stuff on putting news articles for 40G, and well, I've seen how many hits it got. We got pretty good exposure, and Maxim, great stuff. You're doing a really good job. So welcome aboard, and well, let's continue. Thank you. My screen share in a second, and we'll start the critic. So a shoe from far. I remember I forgot this. So I'll be basically pretty fast on going through the shots and trying to provide that maximum in the minimum of time. Okay, So great shot, really good texture, everything is cool. The only thing is that little corner, right, right corner of the shoe, it's a little bit darker. Not a big deal, I think it's great, but that's where I would probably put some a little bit light, maybe light from that side. Okay. Okay, now Sruli, not sure about how to pronounce your name, sorry. So jewelry, some nice bracelet or necklace, what it is, probably necklace, not sure. Anyway, oh, it's bracelet. Kind of looks cool, and well, I love almost everything except this little thing. This shadow you have, right? It kind of looks interesting and gives that shape, but because it's not uniform, it has some spots, and it kind of look a little bit dirty, doesn't give that kind of polished and high-end kind of look. And if I go and check what lighting setup looks like, I can tell you this: great use of that large diffuser on top. It's a good idea that you have a rounded diffuser, because with pearl, when we shoot pearls, all the light modifiers and well, maybe lights itself, so boxes or whatever you have, diffusers supposed to be rounded, okay, or elliptical, but not square, doesn't have sharp angles, sorry, edges, because the pearl, because of its shape, right, it's spherical. The reflection should be all kind of spherical as well. So it's good job, cool. But what you got here? What is this? What is this roof on your camera? That's actually what gave us that spot, that bright spot on your that gap where you see, right, the gap shadow. There is a white spot. I think that's piece of this thing you put in the camera. You see, if you would try to cover the camera, cover actually this gap between your table and your diffuser on top with something with a hole in it, I would understand it, why I did it. Maybe it's not a good idea because it will be, maybe too bright or doesn't have dark areas. But this thing, it's not covering the whole gap, right? And it just gives some kind of strange spot somewhere in the middle. So I would suggest two things. If you want to have a black reflection on the middle of pearls, cover that gap with something black and make a hole in it for the lens, right? You cover the gap between table and top diffuser, or you can cover it with some other diffuser, right? Paper, whatever, translucent plastic. If I would use it, I would put that Savage. And then what I would do, because you see, we still need to have the difference in darkness, gradients, right, to get a shape, that it's to get the volume for the pearls. I would try to, if I would cover that gap with white, something white, it's all agendas, I would get tighter spot on that top diffuser. Instead of softbox, I would probably put some honeycomb grid, like 30 degree. So create a spot. So it will be basically brighter area, and then it will go to darker, and it will be, it will give the volume without that strange, spotty gap. Okay, here. So it should be fixed, or you can fix in post-production. Whatever you do, but it doesn't look right. Okay, these spots. Other than that, pretty good stuff. I like how silver looks like, and well, this silver is relatively easy to shoot because it already have dark areas, and you just do it, right? Yeah, I think you kind of was covering that gap, but this thing on the camera, I don't know why I put it this way, because it's not reflecting anything to the subject, right? If you put it this way with a gap for the lens, it will work, but this way, I don't know. But well, maybe I don't know something. Again, I'm learning same as you every time. Anyway, thank you. Good job. Okay, next shot from Richard. You got some relatively tough stuff to shoot, right? On the white background, this little thing and glass, which is transparent. And you see, you did pretty good job, but you didn't get all the white background. I understand that the table may be not white as the idea of the shot, but for the background, it should be cleaned. You know, this kind of shots, they will look really, really cool if it will be naturally white background. I mean, not natural, post-production, whatever you do it, but white. We can have a table to be a little bit gray, but then it's white, and it will look really cool. So this is the first post-production. Second, post-production as well, because for the glass, you know, all these black lines, which is grayish now and uneven, it's real. That's how glass looks like. But if you want to put this stuff on your portfolio, you have your nice signature on it. So whatever you put your signature on should be high quality, highest possible quality you can do, right? Agree with me? Because, well, you sign it. You're one of the best photographers in this, right? You want to be there. So make sure that spend hours in Photoshop and make it look as good as possible. White background, all these lines, make them black, maybe not completely black, but nice, straight. Clean this little mess at the bottom. For that, same actually you can do for that plant. Clean it, more contrast probably when you will get it clipped from the background, or adjust background so it will be white. You can add contrast. You can always play with unsharpening mask to make it, you know, pop up, because that's really needed for when you shoot something transparent, basically on a white background. Okay. So yeah, lots of comments. And guys, again, thank you for participating on the forum and helping each other. That's what we all need, right? That's great help for the community. So, and you see, you got nice dark edges. It came from basically pieces of soft boxes. I would probably cover side areas with black screens, because you see your softbox has some red lines, and most likely you'll get some reflection which is reddish here, maybe, and you know, some interfit and the brands. So I would cover with 2 black screens just to make sure that there's all lines black enough, and it will be just less post-production. Okay, so thank you, Richard. Good stuff. Photoshop, and again Photoshop whatever you put your signature on. Okay, thanks. Alrighty, Jerry Linson. Jerry, welcome back to 40G. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing great, and well, I'm glad to see you again. Back on 40G. So you got some crazy shoes. Nice shoes, and pretty good shot. It's a little bit flat. That's the only thing I can tell about this. Well, beside this nose of this right shoe is not as polished and, you know, nice. Probably it was worn, right? Than the left one, so I would probably fix in Photoshop, you know, this little dodge and burn, so make it polished. But ideally I would need to, well, not I would need, I would prefer, I would do myself a little bit more contrast lighting, so it will be a little bit shadow and brighter area. Oops. Play on your shoes. You remember how I showed, it was not the first shoe that we discussed here, right? I was showing how to do the same thing in dodge and burn in Photoshop, right? Basically you get large, I'm not going to do it now again because I did it several times already. You can use, you know, darken, let's say, areas, these areas, and brightener middle, or do opposite, so it will be more like a volume, right? If you have darker, brighter and darker area, or brighter, darker and brighter, it will give the volume, the shape of the subject. When it's lit flat, it's a little bit flat because it's 2D, right? I mean, all photography is 2D, so we always need to think about shadows and highlights in terms of creating the shape, recreating it again. You got pretty good lighting setup, except, you know, the right soft box and the right strip box, you have it this way, and that portion which was closer to the camera portion of strip box. It was probably a little bit too close to the subject. I mean, not too close, too front, and it kind of killed that gray, I mean, shadow and highlight area. If, let's say, did you try to rotate the strip box to be like this instead of like that, maybe it will be a little bit more dramatic lighting, a little bit less flat look on the shoes. Okay, so that is it. Other than that, love the colors, reflections, pretty cool, pretty good job. Guys, you're getting really good at simple shots like this. Basically, it's catalog type of shots. Jerry, I know you. I've seen what you was posting on Google Plus. Great stuff. Now let's start thinking about how we can combine creativity and product shots, because that's what will bring your clients. That's what will help you to establish business or to grow your business. That's very important. Put more creativity. Shots like this in your portfolio is great, but to be the best in, well, whatever, in your town, in your city, in your country, always add some creative props, creative ideas, some other stuff which will tell your prospects, your potential clients, that you can do some advertisement shots. It's much more money and much more visibility, right? Because catalog shots are great, but probably a little bit boring, right? If you do them like 50 pieces per day. Okay, so thank you. Okay, Dinos, welcome to 40G. Glad to see you, and well, glad to see you work. And this shot, yeah, I understand you probably did it like this to preserve depth of field, right? You got shot like this, but it looks like you're missing something. You're missing lighting setup, and I would love to tell you what I think and how to improve this, but I need to see lighting setup. You remember, there is a big thing on 40G forum. It's here, main rule. If you submit your shot for review, you must supply it with lighting setup images or diagram. It helped me to understand what you did. It helped others to see what you did. It helped all community to get that extra knowledge, because we want to share our stuff. We want to share how we do. We want to grow. We want to add expertise. Okay, so please do it, and I will review it next time. Okay, Andy. Hi, Andy. Glad to see you post here. I'm glad to see ProCorner guys with such great results. Because the image is really cool, and well, I see how you got it, how you did the shot. Great use of the technique I showed for, you know, glossy rabbits. So awesome. You have very few areas where what I can critique here, because like I said, really good stuff. And this area mostly in post-production, like these pieces you see, it has some naturally strange and dirty kind of reflection, and it just Photoshop fix, you know, get the brush and make it, you know, just black line here, and well, everywhere you see some kind of fuzziness, something not perfect. Fix it in Photoshop, because look at this, these lines. It looks the top notch. That's how you want to look our photos, right? And on the gemstone, on this diamond or whatever it is, it looks really good. All the sparks, great job, except this big chunk of reflection, I would say, right? You see it. It's just bright piece of reflection, which, of course, you got probably the spot somewhere reflected there. So I would suggest, you know, other shot with just move that light away from being reflected like this, and just do a composite. So you put the, excuse me, the gemstone without that reflection, because it's kind of, that's the only thing which kind of pops me up. And actually this area, you see, it's naturally not polished enough, and you need to polish in Photoshop. So we need to make a product look better than it's real, of course, because we're wizards, right? Magicians. We do all this stuff, so clients will go, whoa, 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 whoa. I want to shoot again and again with you because of this, right? And yes, the lighting setup awesome, simple, easy, right? And great results, because you know how to use big diffusers, little spots of light, and well, I love it. So, and a very detailed lighting setup, and you see just simple strobes with some nice yogurtino snoots, and such a great result. So Andy, I'm honored to have you on Pro Corner, okay? And yeah, I'm glad to see that it works. So thank you, more Photoshop, and you are just good to go on any client. I mean, even the top clients, right? With such job, great stuff. Thank you. Hello guys, this is Koloskov, photographer who help other photographers to achieve their goals. And this is my what used to be weekly critic and review session for submissions on 40G forum. I fell a little bit behind, and I think the last time it was 3 weeks ago. So sorry guys, but now I'm back on track, and I'm going to review all the great shots you did in a moment. I just thrilled how many cool photographers we have on 40G, and what you guys do on forum, how you share your findings, you know, solutions, how you help each other. It's just I can't tell you how great it is, because we build so strong community, and it's just because of you. So my heartfelt thank you for you guys. And before I start my critic, let me do this little announcement. First of all, please welcome our new contributors on 40G. Let me share. Since last time, we got great stuff from Paul Wittingen, right? Paul did this very cool shot, and has full explanation of everything posted on 40G. His first behind the scene tutorial, first article, and now he's in our author on contributors list, or how we call it. He's now part of the team. So welcome Paul, and congratulations. I love what you did, and we got so great responses from people. I mean, I got many emails saying that it was great. So, and one more contributor, amazing guy, very smart, Tim Cole. You see this shot? I think it's posted all the way to the bottom. Space bomb. Tim did really creative job, and well, really creative shot, very detailed, very well written behind the scene article with post-production, with all this stuff. It's just you know, I just love it. So welcome aboard, team. Glad to see that, you know, you guys doing such amazing stuff, and yeah, waiting for new tutorials from you. And also I want to introduce another contributor. You see, it's 3 weeks. A lot of time I've been not talking to you guys. And Anad, he got pretty interesting and useful, really useful technique on how to create white background images, final images after post-production, preserving the real shadows. It's kind of tricky when you have shadows and background is not white because of this. It's, you know, kind of blowing out completely background. And there are 2 ways you can create, you know, clip out subjects and put artificial shadows. But the best way and best looking way is to do it with real shadows. And Nenad explains how to do it. So very good tutorial. Make sure to check it out. And Nenad, welcome to our team. Glad to see you on 40G contributor list. Okay. And also we have Maxim. Maxim, he is our new, I would say, newsmaker. He's put in pretty good stuff. Yeah, it's here. I kind of lost it a little bit. On news, and it will be even more from him in nearest future. So, Maxim, welcome aboard. I love what you do. Okay, and the last announcement, we got a new contributor, our newsmaker, Maxim Duplay, if I pronounce it right. Maxim is doing great stuff on putting news articles for 40G, and well, I've seen how many hits it got. We got pretty good exposure, and Maxim, great stuff. You're doing a really good job. So welcome aboard, and well, let's continue. Thank you. Okay, Maxim got this shot of it's a pen, right? Oh no, it's lip liner. Well, looks like a pen to me. Anyway, it looks good. On white, it's a little bit, you see, little bit too white, I would say. All around this red, it's kind of become a little bit pinkish, but not big deal. Looks good. And if I look at the final shot, kind of creative shot on the background, it looks even better. Really, I like it. The background is crazy. I mean, good in good way, crazy. And the way you put it, I think it's pretty natural looking like. It's my personal preference. I probably would try to create some kind of gradient with bright and then a little bit darker, reflection on this tip. But it's only me. I've seen you had all those diffusers, but probably because the strobes is not really spotlights, it was hard to create the gradient on the diffuser. But anyway, it's again, it's good attack like this. I tried to say it in Russian. Это хорошо и так. И так хорошо. So in English, it's a good. As is now. It's just my personal preference. Yep, use even the cone. Well, you know how to use this, do it yourself, and not only do it yourself diffusers. And this is cool. So there is not much I can critique here. Good stuff. And oh well, if I look at your white background, I see that you didn't clean all the way. The corners, it's probably your monitor. It's easy on laptop to flip your screen and see where it's not white. Or well, in Photoshop it's easy to do it, right? You can just go, let's say, levels and make it all dark, and you will see some areas where it's really dark, where it's not white. So better cleaning you can always check in Photoshop. You've seen the technique, right? When you open the image and then let's say you can just reduce brightness. White will go gray, and areas which is not white, it will be really dark, so you'll see them immediately. It will be not uniform. Okay, it's actually here and here and here and here. Okay, Maxim again. Well, you shoot a lot, man. This kind of shots, compositionally it's a little bit strange. I mean, not strange, but I see the bins out of focus, and you said you tried to recreate that Lavazza image on their website. I didn't see website, and you didn't post the link, right? Anyway, so I didn't compare what it was, but I can tell you that probably bins should be in the focus. Whatever you do, focus stacking, 2 shots, the tilt shift, everything will work, but it'll be cool to be in the focus. And if I look at this, it's kind of look cool, but because of the angle, this plate with spoon doesn't look right. It kind of looks strange, weird, because we all shooting almost like this, and we don't have anything on that plate. I think here, if you would leave only the cap and those bins, move bins a little bit towards center, a little bit, maybe create a bigger pile. It may look interesting, more interesting compositionally, you know, because this looks strange, at least for me. And here the spoon looks crazy. I mean, first I was thinking, is it spoon or maybe not a spoon? It almost like look transparent in the middle, and it's like not a spoon, but you know, some strange. So I'm not sure. And this image is a little grayish, you know, here in gray, here's green. So that's probably was somehow related to the original look you try to achieve, but it looks strange. Okay. You see, I need to be, you know, really, I don't know, specific when I critique you, because you do good job at in technical, you know, sides. Okay, so thank you. Okay, now Rus Lucas, no, not Rus. Okay, I'm really not good at pronouncing names. So let's switch to image. Job me. cool name. It's kind of interferes with my Russian language, you know. So the shot. I love the background. You did kind of that crazy foil thing, right? It's foil. Or yes, foil with the thread. Kind of cool bouquet, and looks interesting. The glass itself, of course, post-production, I always kind of telling this, guys, you need to spend time, you know, to make all these lines and bottoms and, you know, this area a little bit cleaner. This is the first. Then, because it's just a little bit too bright, you know, too bright reflections on the glass and too thick, those lines, it's a little bit, I don't know, I will try to create more contrast with brighter lines all around and, you know, less that kind of diffused light on the glass and reflection from the diffused light. You've seen how we did it on the webinars, right? That perfume shot. By the way, guys, we having webinar soon, so if you want to join, join now, because still early bird price is kind of coming. Well, early bird price is only for maybe a couple more weeks, and then boom, we'll have almost twice raise on price. So and you've seen how we did that perfume, the Marquesa perfume, right, with dark age. Well, let me show you, come on, I'm going to show you in 1 second what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, this one, you see, similar idea, just a glass bottle, but we almost didn't have areas where it's kind of dull because of the reflection. Maybe this only area, right? The rest is kind of a little bit more contrast look. Okay, that's what we did on previous webinar. On this webinar it will be a splash, it will be just crazy, I mean, other bottle. So that's what I would try to achieve here. And the cap, it kind of look cool, but you see with these reflections you have very symmetrical, 3 lines, brighter and darker in the middle. It almost looks like a knot to me. It's not, I'm not sure is it rounded or it has those, you know, edges. And we need to do something, I mean, to make it look right. If it was rounded, cylindrical, I would say cap, I would definitely use not symmetrical lighting like this for the cap. Okay, or maybe we'll leave this front dark area to be dark. It may be, you know, it may look better, because now, because of this 3 exactly same width of reflections, it looks kind of strange. Okay, so post-production, ages, you know, more contrast look of the light, and fix the cap, and probably it will be really cool. And yeah, lighting setup is kind of Yeah, that's what you did. You cover the camera and foam core card with hole cut into it. I don't know why you did it. Tell me why. Why you need it? Probably to highlight text. There is another way to highlight text. You can have spotlight coming from the bottom or from top, hitting it somehow to highlight label without getting much of reflections anywhere. Well, it may be throwing a reflection here, maybe not. It may be some little mirror plate somewhere to throw the light on the label without basically getting too much reflection on the cap. So I'm not sure about that piece of cardboard you put in the camera. But again, I may be wrong. It's just my idea. Okay? So thank you for the shot. Good stuff. Come back with something even better. Okay? Thank you. Now, Josh got the video. Guys, it's great. When you can create a video from your shot showing how you did such and such, and maybe something in the process, it's just an amazing. It's great. And you know, if you do the really good job at it, I'll invite you to become a 40G contributor. So, and 40G contributor gets free access to ProCorner and to lots of cool other stuff like this monthly webinars. By the way, webinar cost $145, right? And I'm going to put on sale my previous webinars for $145. So it's huge value, and plus it's huge exposure for you if you become contributor on site like 40G. We're having 4,000 or 5,000 people every day will be watching your stuff. Okay. So, Josh, let's jump to your shot. That's a beer, glass of beer. Looks cool. You got this very nice idea, very contrast look, dramatic look, and it looks cool. What I would fix is too bright and too thick for that kind of brightness reflection on sides, because you see it's kind of tricky. Well, not tricky. I would always think if I will put something really bright, almost like blowing out the subject surface from that reflection, it should be small. Or if it's some relatively large parts of the subject will get that reflection, it shouldn't be that bright that it kind of will lose everything. So here it's a little bit too wide to be so bright. Okay, if you want to get really bright, create little edges. Or if you want to go nice to show that shape, you know, nice reflections, don't blow out completely. Create nice gradient. Okay, so it will be, let's say, bright on the very edges, and then we'll go darker a little bit. Talking about these two lines here. Okay, this is the first. Second, this dark spot on the foam, and top of the foam, it's dark. Usually it's not what we see on, you know, if you talk about advertisement, beer shots. It's not a standard, but, well, I learned myself by looking, you know, at the best, what's all around, right? And I see always white foam. That's kind of, you know, that beer which is so tasty, so the foam is white, it's like a snow. And when it's dark, it's like white dark, you know. So I would work on the foam to make it brighter. Of course, the shape of the foam, ideally it should be nice, you know, like a half sphere or whatever, right? Shape. So this is it. That's only kind of major concerns here, right? The rest is pretty cool, and I see how well, how you get in there, and just continue, just work, you know, on improving, and you probably will be getting really good, really good shots very soon. Okay. So Josh, thank you. Come back. Okay, Amanita submitted this very good shot. I like it. Colors, contrast, everything. You know, these shoes. We already talked about shoes that Jeremy submitted, right? I think here we see a little bit more texture. Well, it's more texture here by nature of these shoes. And you see, when we have a little bit darker and brighter area, that's what gives us the volume, the shape, right? We have darker here, we have brighter here, and it gives us the shape, which is kind of cool. Darker here as in brighter again. That's very important. That's how we show the volume. That's what gives us dramatic look. Add some always edge lights. I'm talking, I mean, not to you, but you know, to other guys, because you did a really good job. So I kind of use it as an example. And let's say here, right, this bottom of the shoe, it's brighter than go to darker. It's perfect. It shouldn't be flat. It's easy to create flat on textured surface, flat lighting. Put softbox in front of it, boom. But not what will make clients, you know, to go to you back and back again, and you know, you will be booked for years. Drama, drama, drama. We all need drama. You remember, you know, on social media, what people share the most? Some dramatic stuff. Some usually good when it's kind of positive drama, and most cases it's not even positive drama. So in photography we'll keep but positive drama, something which will catch our eye and we'll get some emotions. When I see this boot, I get some emotions, which is cool. Okay, so pretty good lighting in terms of utilizing to the maximum what you have. Yeah, it's relatively, I mean, it's not really tricky subject because it has texture, but we've seen many times when, well, photographer is not being able to, you know, get all that kind of look when you don't have professional lighting. Here it's perfect, just two speed lights and very, very good result. You know, that note, actually, the Zhenya, our retoucher, throw it, that, you know, shots like this, they kind of floating on the dark, if, let me move maybe, where is the shot without, anyway, without that label. It's like, you know, in complete darkness. Imagine that if you will add in Photoshop some kind of lines somewhere in between, maybe, you know, basically digital, of course, digital, you know, not background, but on the black, something which will add like one dimension to this. It won't be like a background, but you know, some element which will make it look like advertisement. Okay, that's the idea. Just I was thinking about, you remember that fractals? I have that post somewhere, like when you can generate fractal, and it's very interesting shape. Anyway, I'm not going to spend much time here, but it's just an idea for you. So Amanda, good stuff. Thank you for posting. Okay, now Artsalah, I hope I pronounced it right. This cool, sexy looking knobs, you know, and you know, I like the bottom one better, brighter one than this. It's gonna look cool, a little bit too much dark on that glossy subject. But yeah, I see what you're saying, and great use of the cone, and I'm glad that you guys found other uses of that cone, you know, I showed on one of my tutorials. Because you see, when you kind of think creatively, when you kind of trying to be smart, but not trying to be, when you are smart, and you guys are all smart, because, well, we are at footage, we're all smart here. I'm not kidding. We're getting, you know, we use those light modifiers on strange and not subject, I mean different subject, and it works really well. So I really like this bottom image. It's shiny, it has some ideas, and gives the idea that it's glossy because we have dark parts. And awesome. So cool, and glad that you showed, you know, you showed people how to use that cone, because it can be used for, well, huge variety of glossy subjects, for almost anything. There are, you know, tips and tricks. No, but I'm getting tired. I'm starting to speak in Russian, and intentionally, which is kind of dangerous sign. Okay, so cool stuff. What I can tell you about improvements? Post-production. Oh, again, post-production, right? That I keep repeating. And where post-production? This area, right? it has some kind of, it's real reflection, I understand, but come on, who needs real? Make it all nice. Where it's gradient, keep gradient. Where it's line goes like this, make it all solid and straight. Well, not straight, but solid, right? I would probably play a little bit with those spots, bright spots, just create them a little bit more, you know, shapy, kind of sexier, you know, look. That's the only area probably I will work here. Did you submit any? No. So the rest is pretty cool. I think it's a really good job. So thank you. I love what you did with that cone. And yeah, shoot more. Show us how you use it. Hi Maxim. One more image from Maxim. And this time it's some cosmetic, right? Powder and mascara. And it's a little bit like Flo told you. Flo, right? Yes. Good stuff, he told you. First of all, that white background, it doesn't play well with such dark background on the wall. I mean, that white table. I don't know. It's too much. It's too much of contrast. Too much of difference. It's kind of overweight everything. And I would definitely use on such background maybe not white table. I would use black glossy plexi for this with a spot somehow. You've seen like how we should draw it, right? The font and some other stuff utilizing the same technique. Just because it's not balanced, okay, when it's white. Then the composition itself kind of a little bit, you know, not perfect. Too big difference between, like I said, too big large gap between these products. It's like we're missing third piece. It's supposed to be like 3 pieces and we see only 2. That kind of impression, right? Then I'm not sure how, because you see it's real. That's how we put that powder, I mean, on the edge of the table, but it looks like almost it was implanted there in digitally, because, well, look a little bit strange. So I'm not sure about this again, about this placement. Okay, that's probably the main concerns. That will show how we created the spot on a black cardboard. That's cool thing, right? And talking about the mascara itself, you see when you have some gradients on glossy plastic, on black glossy plastic, looks cool. I would probably add some nice line here with little gradient somewhere to show the shape of that mascara, because now we have that nice rim light and almost like a gray, some lazy gray reflection on the middle. I would definitely add something, some bright with gradient, let's say some nice line, and then falls to dark, you know, like this. Okay, so thank you, Maxim. Кирилл, привет, Кирилл, если ты понимаешь по-русски. Классный шот, спасибо. So I was saying that hi, Kirill, if you talk Russian, you know. About the shot, I'll be quick because I need to be fast on this. Cool and unusual, very unusual, because you used colored light to get, you know, that watch, and it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but you know, I love that kind of crazy stuff. So I wouldn't say that it's wrong or so. It's nice. The only area which is kind of really not strange, but you know, this purple colors, it's kind of a little bit, and well, all this blue look a little bit strange on the belt, or whatever you call it. But you know, it's kind of interesting, interesting shot, and most interesting how we did it without almost any, you know, just with one softbox and that light. So it's pretty good job considering the amount of equipment used for this. Of course, when we shot watch, we do, you know, when it's like glossy stuff like this, we do some gradients, we create. Look at these knobs. You see how this dark and bright, the edge between dark and bright goes cool. That's what sexy line is. And I would definitely, I'll just put in Photoshop the same sexy lines here, like S curved line that we see on these knobs. And like I said, you've seen how I was shooting watches. I would never use, you know, just straight softbox or whatever you have this on that side. I would put some diffuser between softbox and your subject, your glossy subject, and create a gradient from brighter to darker area on the diffuser, and it will be somewhere on the watch. But again, it's kind of very unusual this way, so it's probably cool like this. I mean, and you get it very sharp, very clean. So that's good achievement, really good achievement. Not going to critic blue. You like it blue? Let's blue. This blue corner, the only thing, you know what I get in mind when I've seen it? Oh, it's like a satellite, and it's a piece of Earth. And it's kind of, you know, how they have this pictures of satellite, and then somewhere on the corner we see the Earth, you know, the atmosphere is starting. So that's what the kind of thing. Maybe you need to move this blue stuff to be somewhere on diagonal. Maybe, who knows. But like I said, it's kind of pretty crazy. So interesting try, interesting technique. Probably won't be hard to, you know, use it in commercial shots. But good start, you know, just keep going. Try to get few semi-transparent, translucent pieces of, well, plastic, whatever. Create, you know, like a dome or something with them, and use that light, not blue but just normal, to paint over and see what will happen. It may give you a very interesting look through the diffuser. Okay, not direct hit, but through the diffuser. Actually, it's an interesting idea to use lighting technique, you know, on jewelry with maybe multiple exposures. Maybe I'll try one day. So, спасибо, Kirill. Thank you, Kirill. Keep going. Submit something cool. Okay. Dr. Bayer. Right? That's right. Good shot. Nothing, you know, extra special. Maybe the positioning on the reflection looks a little bit kind of strange, but good shot, solid. Maybe a little bit more contrast, but probably it's fine. It's a little bit not white. If you look at the background, it's not white, and well, you know how to fix it. I showed a few times how to check if background or white or not. I can actually try to do it again. I think I can do it again. No. You see, it's not white. I just kind of use levels, and if it would be white background, it will be all white, and you don't have it white. So just move that levels. Wow, my computer gets really slow, and you will see that stuff which is not white. Okay, and how you shoot it, you know, that glossy plastic. Try to get the diffuser, guys. Really, you have soft boxes, you have strip boxes, you have lights, but I don't see that you use much of the diffusers. Maybe it's me, maybe it's not right, but I love to use diffuser between light source and subject. It's the same as softbox, but I can create really highlighted areas and then create, you know, those gradients. And well, it's not bad. Like I said, it's interesting, but try to get, you know, some gradients on it. You have some gradients, but to make it more dramatic, some dramatic look. I'm not saying that, well, maybe it won't even improve for this particular subject, but try to put diffusers and get softbox really close to one part of the diffuser, and not like this but like that, right? So it will be bright here and then it will fall off. And do the shot and we'll see. Just an idea for you. Okay, thank you.